Let's talk about sales, something I'm very passionate about and I have a lot of experience in. However, I believe it's kind of been misunderstood by the public. And I'll explain what I mean by that. I want you to close your eyes and think of the word sales or a salesperson. What's the first image, idea? What's the first memory that pops in your head? It might be a negative one, right? And I'll tell you why. Because people think of sales as something negative, as something bad. And we're going to talk about it today. Welcome to Line Eats podcast. My name is Frank, and I've been in the automotive industry for over 20 years. And as long as I can think of, I had some sort of a job that was sales related. Not long ago, I was talking to a good friend that still is in car sales, and he was telling me how he's not happy with his performance or how many cars he's sold, and reminded me to back in the days, long time ago. I remember I was introduced to a book called The E-Myth Revisited. Now, this book is a great book. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're someone that maybe one day want to own your own business, if you're in sales, I highly recommend reading this book because it's a book that will open your eyes to many different aspects of business and sales. I will have a link in the description area for this book. If you decide to use it, it will help me in the channel. And thank you for your support in advance. And if you don't use it, I still love you guys. So going back to the conversation, I remember back in the days when I was introduced to this book, I was reading it. There's a section that talks about when you involve in something, when you're so deep into something, you need to step back, maybe a few steps back. Think of it as you painting a gigantic picture, right? If you're painting a section of this gigantic picture, you cannot really see the whole picture. Once in a while, you need to step back and take a look at the big picture to figure out what's wrong with the painting. Something needs touch up. Maybe you need to make some adjustments. So whatever it may be, right? So it's the same thing in business. It doesn't matter what you do, especially in sales, I feel like, because salespeople have the tendency of thinking they know it all type of thing. You know, like, oh, I know it all. I've been doing this for many years and this is what works. And I think that's a wrong way of thinking about sales or thinking about doing anything. So I was telling him, I actually made a recommendation to him as well to read the book. And after I read that book, this is something I do in my life with everything that I get involved in. After a little bit of time doing something, being involved in something, I always try to step back, figure out if something needs improvement, something maybe needs adjustment. So I highly recommend it to all of you guys. And this is what I told him. Based on my expertise, based on my experience in many years in sales, this is what worked for me. It might not work for everybody. I truly believe in this. I told him he need to push the brakes, step back, and stop acting desperate. Number one, because when you get frustrated with something, when you can't get the result you want, and it's normal, and I'm sure I do it sometimes, we get frustrated, and that frustration shows in our actions, the way we talk. It will affect our attitude. So I told him push the brakes, pull back, and just stop selling. And what I meant by that, which I will explain now, I told him he needs to stop selling because when you try to sell something, your focus shifts, your energy shifts. When you try to sell something, people don't want to be sold. See, when you try to sell something is because you're trying to make money and kind of discounting the fact that what you're selling might not be the right fit or might not be the right product for your customer. So I told him stop selling and start helping. When you start helping people, your attitude shifts, the way you act, the way you answer questions changes, the way you ask for sales changes. Kind of a shift in your attitude and your energy. The customer will see that in your effort, in the way you talk to them and the way you're trying to actually help them. Customers feel that when you're trying to sell something is because you feel like you need to sell it to make money. But that might not be the right fit. That might not be the right product for a customer. But when you're trying to help the customer overcome and fix their problem, it's a whole different story. Your energy changes and customers see that you're not pushing them towards something because you're trying to make money and make a commission instead of you helping them to fix the issue they have. So what you need to do is step back, talk to the customer, ask a few questions, go down to the basics, ask a couple of questions, and just be quiet. The customer will tell you what they need, and just listen, and based on what they tell you, try to help them the best you can. And you might not be able to help everyone. You might not have the right product for them, and that's okay. Just be nice and they might refer somebody else to you. If you can't help someone, just tell them. If you're not sure what you're doing, if you're in sales, go and figure it out. Ask questions, but don't try to lie to people. Don't try to just try to sell something just for the sake of making a commission. People are not dumb. People sense it. They think of it yourself. If you walk into somewhere and someone's trying to sell you something, you sense it. You feel like, oh, this guy's being pushy. This girl's being pushy. You don't want to be that person. But if instead try to help him achieve their goals, fix their problem, that's when you actually start making money. That's when you start selling. And that's how you start getting referrals and more people, and you get repeat customers. And this is something has worked for me for many years. And I hope this helped a lot of you listening to this as well, especially if you're in sales. I would love to have a conversation with you guys and maybe just get on the call one-on-one with you guys if you guys like to, and maybe we could record it and play it for everybody else on social media channels so other people can benefit from the conversation we have. If you guys want to, please send me a message and I would love to get with you guys on the phone or maybe do a video podcast with you guys. But yeah, this is what I told him. Take the whole idea of let me make money right now. Let me just make a sale and make money. That's how people fall in the trap. So you don't want to be selling, you want to be helping. I have many customers from many years back that they still contact me. And I believe because they know that I always put their best interest in front of my best interest. Obviously, I want to make money, no doubt about it. That's my job when I'm selling something, but I'm trying to do it the right way. And a lot of these people sense it. I still get phone calls. I still get referrals. Oh, such and such told me to call you. Why do you think it is? Because I try to help them the best I can. There has been even situations that I've told people don't buy this because I knew it's the wrong thing for them. And they appreciate that. People are smart. People appreciate it when you actually help them. So this is something I want to share with you guys. If you guys want to add something to it, please go ahead and do so. Write in a comment. If you found this podcast helpful or you enjoyed it, was entertaining to you, please go ahead and like it and review it if you're listening to it on one of the podcast channels, or share it with other people that maybe in sales, maybe they can benefit from it. Definitely subscribe. It really helps my channel. I really appreciate you guys in advance. And I love every single one of you for watching and supporting me and my channel. Thank you guys. Take care.